investing a few moments of your time into finding out how this cycle can benefit either you or someone that you know. In the next brief moments, Carla Leslie will explain about the many cycles that rock and roll builds. She'll also explain to you about the variety of impairments which these cycles can accommodate, including mental, physical, and visual impairments.
A new bicycle being manufactured in Lubbock, Texas is rolling past physical limitations. Introducing the rock and roll cycle, making headlines across the country. The rock and roll cycle is designed for outdoor therapy and fun. Rock and Roll manufactures a variety of cycles, customized for the needs of each individual, such as those with spina bifida, cerebral palsy, amputations, visual impairments or blindness, partial paralysis, and orthopedic handicaps, to name a few. Here, Brad demonstrates the patented front-wheel drive system, which is unique to rock and roll cycles. Notice he's using only his hands, perfect for anyone who can't use their legs. This youth model is especially adaptable for children with cerebral palsy or low muscle tone, such as 9-year-old Stephen Simpson of Fort Sill, Oklahoma. His mother, Sharon Simpson, sent us this home video telling us what the rock and roll cycle has meant to them.
And he has mild cerebral palsy that affects his walk. And riding a regular bike was very hard for him because of his balance. And this bike has just been the answer to our prayers as far as allowing Stephen to be mobile and social with other children. He is now totally independent and able to go where he pleases.
The youth model is custom built to the individual's size, taking into consideration the length of legs, arm reach, and the stability of the individual. Many therapists recommend this unit for individuals with cerebral palsy or those with low muscle tone. This cycle is available with a lat belt, a chest belt, and Velcro straps to hold the feet on the pedals. Also, heel straps are available if needed. This cycle is available with a regular cruiser-style bicycle seat, and also with a back seat as pictured if needed. It is available with 1 or 3 speeds on the handlebars, and 1 or 3 speeds on the foot pedals. Although the cycle is built to the specifications of the rider, it has many adjustments in the seat, the handlebars, and foot pedals, so that the rider should be able to comfortably ride the cycle for many years to come. One of our greatest rewards in building the rock and roll cycles is hearing from our clients. 13-year-old Jason Myers of Arlington, Texas, has cerebral palsy, but gets around great on his rock and roll cycle, purchased for him by the local Kiwanis organization. His mother, Janet Amon, writes, "He is as happy as I've ever seen him. The bike has opened up a whole new world for him. The bike will serve as an excellent tool for physical therapy on his legs. He has actually been able to use the pedals from time to time. I believe it won't be long and we will see a definite improvement in the mobility of his legs." It was the Goodfellows organization in Kokomo, Indiana, that gave 7-year-old Bobby Harrison a rock and roll cycle. Bobby was injured in a car accident, which completely paralyzed his left arm and left leg. His mother, Debbie Wolford, says, "There is a Santa Claus, and he doesn't have to be a guy in a red suit. Look at what is being given to Bobby." And Donna Griffin of Odessa, Texas, wrote this about her 6-year-old daughter, Cherith, and her rock and roll cycle. "You can't imagine the joy and excitement that has been Cherith's. She can go up and down the sidewalk, down to the end of the block. More kids come over now because they can all ride together." Doctor and mother Carolyn Rohde of Midland, Texas, writes, "As a physician, I was delighted to find a way to provide aerobic exercise for both of my sons, other than in operating a mechanical wheelchair." And now the story of Josh Parker of Denver City, Texas, as it aired on a Lubbock television news program.
That much.
7-year-old Josh Parker was injured in an accident in his home 3 years ago. That accident left his legs paralyzed.
Oh, it changed things tremendously. We went from a little boy running around to confined to a wheelchair.
Susie Parker says her son dealt with the tragedy perhaps best of all, undergoing therapy, adapting to his wheelchair, and accepting that he may never walk again.
They have told us by himself he never will be able to. With braces, he can walk.
There was no hope for ever riding a bicycle until they heard about the rock and roll cycle being manufactured in Lubbock, a three-wheeler with a handlebar mechanism that propels the bike by pushing and pulling with the arms.
He got it right after Christmas, and he loves it.
Like any 7-year-old, Josh would rather be outside than inside.
Or in school.
Joshua always wanted to ride a bike. He wanted to be outside with all the other kids doing the same things. He had to sit back and watch them or try to chase them with his wheelchair.
I get to go faster.
Now he can keep up with just about anybody, his sister Becca or brother Joey.
He likes riding with us. I don't know why, but he does.
It makes him feel like he's normal like anybody else.
Now that's rock and roll.
People suffering from some type of handicap or impairment, riding a bike isn't easy and sometimes is just plain impossible.
Takes a little work.
Well, a company here in Lubbock called Rock and Roll Fun Machines offers people like 9-year-old Rachel Langston a second chance to pedal up and down the street with everyone else.
I like to ride it a whole lot. It's really neat.
She's able to get on the block with the rest of the kids and her friends and ride up and down the block and not be left behind, and she really likes it a whole lot.
These bikes are specially made for each rider. Rachel has scoliosis and has worn a prosthesis since she had her left foot amputated last year. So her bike is designed to use both hand and foot power.
It is propelled by the motion of the handlebars. They custom made it for Rachel to be able to use her right leg to also help propel the bike.
The handlebars are kind of like the pedals except upside down, so it kind of works. It's really neat. It's a lot easier.
This special bike is not only a lot of fun, it's also therapy, even requiring a prescription to buy one. Riding up and down the street helps Rachel's cardiovascular system and also her upper and lower body strength.
Well, that's it for today.
That's it. On the back roads of West Texas, Whitney Smith, News Center 13.
Thank you for watching that video. Did you notice how excited Rachel Langston was at the end? She was totally exhausted, but she had a smile on her face. That's the goal of every therapist, and I think probably the goal of every parent, to get the most out of physical therapy, but provide joy for the child at the same time. Our cycles are unique. They provide socialization skills, like you heard Josh Parker saying from Denver City. Kids come over now and they start to play. But they also provide a tremendous amount of gross motor training, fine motor skill, muscle development, cardiovascular exercise, the list goes on and on.
Rock and Roll Marketing proudly presents the Afterburner. The Afterburner is a totally unique device that allows wheelchair-confined clients the thrill of a bicycle ride without leaving their chair. The Afterburner is simply elegant. It's basically a bicycle without a front wheel. Where the front wheel would be are connection points allowing quick attachment to most mechanical wheelchairs. When installed, the Afterburner provides outdoor pleasure to riders of both the wheelchair and the Afterburner. This allows for longer distances to be traveled during recreational outings. The Afterburner is perfect for institutional recreation programs, and it eliminates the need to transfer out of the everyday wheelchair for recreation. The Afterburner has a low gear ratio that makes it easy for anyone to operate, and it boasts the widest, softest, most comfortable cruiser seat in the world. It's great for senior adult couples when one tires easily and for transporting wheelchair-confined patients. The Afterburner transports easily, and at 28 pounds, its lightweight allows for easy loading and unloading. It stores easily, too, in a smaller space than a regular bicycle. Additionally, the Afterburner comes in 4 popular colors: red, white, blue, and purple. For more information on the Afterburner, contact Rock and Roll Marketing Incorporated, Post Office Box 1558, Levelland, Texas 79336, or call toll-free 1-800-654 9664.